In this video, you will be introduced to the commands for creating freeform 3D surfaces and solids. By the end of this video, you will know which commands and parameters to input to model any abstract shape within Rhino. Let's get started.
Have you heard of tools like sweep, revolve or loft? Let's use commands like sweep, revolve, pipe and loft. Let's now loft the surface on the curves that we have here. I'll type in command loft, hit enter and give these curves as an input one after the other in the sequence that we want. And once we press enter at the end of the command, we'll have a surface. One thing to remember over here is when we loft a surface over the curve, the edge of the curve that we select becomes the starting point of our loft. So if in the middle curve, if I select the other side of my edge and if I create a loft like this, it will not process it as the way we were expecting it to be. So to do it right, just remember wherever you start from the first curve, in the same direction, select the other curves from that end only. While working on a project, we might need to create a solid out of a surface. A surface that we have taken as an input and out of which we have created a solid like this. This is a solid from the surface that we have created and it has certain thickness to it. Now, in order to create such a solid out of a surface, I'll type in a command named offset surface, which we'll find it here. Select the surface that we are using and these arrows that we see are the direction in which the extrusion would happen. If I click on the surface, it will switch the direction to the other side. The distance that I'm using by default is at 0.05 and without changing that, I'll hit enter to see what it gives us. It is giving us just a shell that is offset to it. But if I repeat the same process, select the surface, offset surf, select the surface, change the direction, change solid to yes, we'll see that we have created a solid out of a surface. In case, if we want to create a shell or an offset surface without the solid but in both directions, we'll just select the command, hit enter, give surface as an input, select both sides yes, uncheck solid and press enter. We have two surfaces that are offset to the base surface that we had. Next up, we have a command named extrude curve along curve. In this command, we can create a surface out of a cross section and a rail. So how do we do that? We just type in command extrude curve along curve, hit enter, give it an input that is it's asking as a curve, select that, give it a path that I want my cross section to run across and it will give me an output. As we can see, the cross section is not running in the right direction, so I'll delete that. I'll repeat the same command, extrude curve along curve, select the curve, hit enter, and this time rather than selecting at the center of the curve, I'll select it at one edge or the one starting edge of my curve. Now that we see, we have created the right surface out of the curves that we have. Now let's have a look at command sweep 1. I'll just simply zoom into the geometries that we have. Type in command sweep 1, select that. It is asking me for a rail. This is our rail. Now without pressing enter, I'll select a cross section that I want to run along this curve to create a surface. I've selected the cross section, hit enter and hit enter again, I see that there is a surface that has been created on the curves that we have as an input. So this is how the sweep 1 command works. The sweep 2 command follows the same process in order to create a surface. It's just that it asks for 2 rails rather than 1. So let's type in sweep 2 hit enter. It is asking for a first rail to be selected as an input. I'll zoom into this part, select my first rail, select my second rail, and after that it is asking for a cross section as a curve. I'll select the cross section, hit enter again. Now that we have created a surface out of these curves, we see the difference between sweep 1 and sweep 2 as an output. The cross section remains the same, it's just the scale of the cross section that changes as per the rails change. Next up, we'll have a look at the revolve command. For that, I'll first zoom into the section and type in the command revolve, hit enter, read what it says. It says select curve to revolve. In our case, we have this cross section that I want to revolve along this vertical line. So I'll press enter. Now it is asking me for the start of the axis. In our case, we have this vertical axis. I can choose the bottom endpoint and the top endpoint to create the axis. Now it is asking for start of an angle. I'll say 0 and the end angle could be 180, 270. I'll select 270, hit enter and see what it has created. If you look at it, it has created a surface using the cross section that we provided along this vertical line at an angle that starts from 0 and ends at 270 degree. The example that I have given as a completed one has created a 360 degree angled surface. So maybe you can try that on your own and see how the revolve command works. The last command that we are going to learn over here is the pipe command. I'll zoom into this part, Z enter, create a window. I've zoomed into this section. Now I'll type pipe command, hit enter. It is asking me to select a rail. I've selected the rail. Now if I zoom in, I'll see that I can create a circular cross section and I'll just randomly take a size of the curve maybe. Now once we have created the first circle that is at the starting of the curve, we'll be creating another circle at the end of the curve. I'll randomly choose some curve and now I'll hit enter. You can see it has created a pipe that runs along the curve with various sections, like the first one is a smaller one and the second one is the bigger one. And you can try out different options for the same command and rest of the commands as well and see what your outcome comes out to be.
Learning these tools is always exciting as a beginner. When I learned them, I started looking at objects and imagining what kind of command could be used to model it. For example, a vase. It can easily be modeled using command like revolve. What else can you think of?
That was all about creating freeform geometries within Rhino. Comment below your observations and queries. Go check out the next video to learn more about modeling within Rhino. Stay tuned to 1:X and also subscribe to the channel to get notified for more exciting tutorials.